Welcome to the channel, and today we'll be breaking down the biggest hit from Eminem's revival album, River featuring Ed Sheeran. And to put this simply, River is a song with this premise: boyfriend cheats on girlfriend, girlfriend cheats on boyfriend with Eminem. Now she wants to stay with Eminem, but Eminem has no intentions of sticking around, and the lines that connect this relationship triangle looks to be drawn by an EKG monitor. At the start of the verse, Eminem cleverly describes the situation for listeners by describing the signs of cheating without actually mentioning the word, with clues that partners pick up like neck scratches, and the clothes worn in a way that just screams, "I've been in another woman's place." And Eminem continues by stating,
"On his breast, Jack is a sex addict and she just wants to exact revenge and get back."
She's seen the clues on his clothes and the marks on his neck at this point. She can also smell whiskey on his breath, and in this case, Jack Daniels, and she has all she needs at this point to plan her next move. At this point, instead of the relationship ending, it's now become a game about who can come out on top and cheat with a better option. Eminem adds this for extra context.
"It's a chess match. She's on his back like a jetpack."
In a game of chess, strategy is key, and the bar "she's on his back" is an expression that means to constantly nag someone about something. And the reason Eminem attached the word jetpack to this wordplay here is because you wear jetpack on the back and use it to take off. And Eminem uses this to describe how she watches him closely to copy as an act of revenge, since takeoff here means to copy the way a particular person speaks or behaves. So he cheats, she's willing to cheat too. He lies, she's willing to lie too. Since she's now ready to play the game too and copy her partner's cheating ways, Eminem accidentally just happens to be the next guy on her path.
"It's actually just shit on my last chick and she has what my ex lacks."
The bar "shit on my last chick" translates to "dumped his last chick," since to take a dump is also used to refer to taking a shit, and Eminem is a master of connecting phrases like this to paint a picture. Since he just dumped his last chick, the female is seeking revenge on a man caught Eminem's eye too, since Eminem sees some things in her that he didn't see in his last girl. And notice how Eminem says X-Lax, which is a homophone for the laxative brand X-Lax. And this is intentional to connect back to the wordplay of taking a dump on his ex-chick, since laxatives facilitate evacuation of the bowels literally. Remember, she's ready to play chess to spy her man, and she's well aware that this is dangerous, but continues this dangerous triangle, and Eminem describes this as,
"So she's been on the web lately, says maybe she'll be my Gwen Stacy, the Spider-Man."
Notice how Spider-Man is pronounced like Spider-Man. Comic book fans won't find it hard to make the connection, since Gwen Stacy dated Spider-Man despite knowing the dangers, and ended up dying hanging from a strand of Spider-Man's web in the comics and even in the Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie. And this makes sense based on the fact that Eminem was supposed to turn out to be the hero to save her from her relationship with a cheating partner. But little did she know that Gwen Stacy's end and hers from a relationship perspective with the hero will come to an end. And Eminem is now aware of her plan to Spider-Man, but rather than ending it, he carries on. Of course, it didn't take long for her man to find out about her cheating, and now her relationship with him is destroyed. But remember, Eminem wasn't looking for anything serious all this time, and was just having fun. But now that her man has left her, he's now tangled up in this web as he tries to take flight. Eminem adds this:
"It's hard to find the words, I'm aloof, nervous and sued. I want us to hurt, but what you deserve is the truth."
Aloof in that bar means he's not as friendly or forthcoming towards her anymore, and sue means now he's about to appeal formally to her on the issue. Of course, Eminem, being a straightforward guy, also believes that it's better to tell the truth and risk hurting someone than having a lie dictate their lives for a long period of time, and Eminem decides the best way for him to approach this is to head to the studio booth, a place where Eminem has never been shy to let it all out.
"I just feel like the person who I'm turning into, irreversible. I prayed on you like it's church at the pew."
This bar may cause a bit of confusion for some, but E.T. is here to save the day once again. In church, the priest or pastor prays for the congregation seated, hence the word pew in that bar, which means benches placed in rows to sit the congregation of a church. Eminem plays on homophones here to create alternate meanings, since prayed and prayed are homophones. but Eminem links even their meanings, which is genius. Eminem uses the church metaphor to state how he preyed on her and convinced her to terminate their baby for his selfish gain, and similar to how priests preached to and convinced their congregation, Eminem did the same, persuaded her and convinced her to get an abortion. And notice how what he achieved is the exact opposite of what priests or pastors preach about to their congregation. The next bars give a nod to Eminem's Spacebound from Recovery.
Now that I got you, I don't want you. Took advantage of my thirst to pursue.
On Spacebound, Eminem stated, "You want them when they don't want you, soon as you do feelings change," which shares the same meaning with this bar on River, and if you missed our breakdown of Spacebound, click the link that pops up at the top right corner now. Eminem further builds on his church wordplay here, although he admits he's clearly preaching the wrong message due to his selfishness, which he describes as dirt just before stating,
"Get on my soapbox and preach my sermon and speech. Detergent and bleach is burning the wound."
Notice how cleaning products are mentioned here: soap, detergent, and bleach, which all connect to him trying to clean his dirt. But that's not all. Soapbox is a box or crate used as a makeshift stand by a public speaker, or in this case, a pastor preaching his selfish sermon. But there's also some hidden message in this bar. All the methods of inducing an abortion was by douching with a mix of soap water, detergent, bleach, or even a mix of water and cayenne pepper. And Eminem adds this.
Shoulda knew to use protection for I bit into your forbidden fruit. Fuck!
Eminem knew what he was getting into at the start of their relationship. He knew it was a cheating game going on, and yet he didn't use protection despite having prior knowledge that the circumstance didn't permit such recklessness. And Eminem uses forbidden fruit to describe this because according to the Christian Bible, Adam and Eve were well aware of the consequences of eating the forbidden fruit and still took the risk. This ended in disaster. Eminem here is the same, is well aware of everything going on and still took the risk, and now it's a disaster for them. Eminem then states how uncontrollable some situations in his life have been and describes this as,
"If life was a highway, the seat was an enclave, I'll be swerving in 5 lanes."
Life is described as a highway always moving forward, non-stop. An enclave in this context means a specific section of the road that is different, and Eminem uses this to describe how since he ends up driving on all lanes, is bound to ride on the lane of the seat once in a while, which he's doing at the moment, and often happens to be out of his control since shit just happens. And this is further explained with the bars that follow.
"Speeds at a high rate like I'm sliding on ice."
This bar reinforces the point of losing control once in a while at the speed he's moving at in life, since driving on ice at high speeds leads to losing control of a vehicle. This is an accurate description of how they met in his attempt to move forward from his last girl. He ended up accidentally bumping into a girl that was trying to get revenge on her man, and now it's ended up in a disaster. Eminem continues by stating how things have now turned out, and the next bar is Eminem showing us how he's a rap butt at this point in his career.
"This love triangle left us in a rectangle."
This is short but genius. The complicated relationship between her now ex-boyfriend, her and Eminem is what's called a love triangle, and connecting back to the highway metaphor, Eminem states how driving on this path has left all parties involved wrecked and tangled up. But in stating this, Eminem also introduces another angle to the equation. It's now a rectangle which has 4 edges, and notice how rectangle is pronounced the same way as rectangle. That's because it's not just 3 lives involved, and including the unborn child, 4 parties were involved in this disastrous relationship. Since Eminem convinced her to abort the baby, Eminem adds this.
"Bet I really would've loved your smile. Didn't really wanna abort, but fuck it, what's one more lie to tell an unborn child?"
The child has been aborted now, so Eminem's thoughts like didn't really want to abort or lies is telling himself to feel better about the decision he made under pressure. But since the baby is gone, it doesn't really matter. It's also important to add that since he convinced her against her will, for her, going through with the abortion was a lie to the kid, since she wanted to keep it deep down but lied to herself by accepting Eminem's sermons. I bet the people that have been hating on this song didn't really understand any of the bars in the song. We're so quick to jump on the revival hate train that they left their ability to think behind before boarding. But fans have been enjoying this worldwide, and from just YouTube and Spotify alone, The song has nearly 1 billion streams already and counting. As always, leave your thoughts below, and if you'd like to keep ET from returning to space, donate to the channel to show support and keep ET grounded on Earth. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications if you enjoyed this. If you're still here and you're in the mood for more relationship drama from Eminem, check out this video where we break down another relationship that ends in disaster.